Deep in the heart of the Surrey countryside lies an extraordinary vet's practice.
Right, straight into number one. Good. All right, crack on. We're going to theatre. Let's go. All hands on deck.
Here, the hardest to treat pets from across Britain are given some of the most advanced procedures available anywhere in the country.
I got it. Various pieces fit together to build a new endoskeleton, a bit like the Terminator.
The practice is the brainchild of one man, Professor Noel Fitzpatrick.
Very fashionable, Cookie. That is beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Known as the bionic vet, Noel has invented countless operations to help heal sick animals.
Some people come and they expect you to work a miracle.
Try and make it work.
But most people come full of hope.
No.
Come on, able to walk within 48 hours.
Fitzpatrick referrals, Natalie speaking, how can I help?
Every week, the staff at Fitzpatrick's treat over 150 new patients.
We're going to stop you limping, and you can't be on painkillers forever.
Many are family pets.
In every home that has an animal as part of their family, when you walk through the door, you smile. You cannot help but be happy.
I think pets are nannies, in a way. I think they look after everyone. They make you happy, they make you feel better when you're not well. They do play like a nanny role.
They give you love and they don't ask for much back, only to be fed and walked. I think they're probably one of the easiest members of your family to get along with.
It's late morning. The Warden family are arriving at the practice, along with their one-year-old St Bernard, Poppy.
My husband loves the breed, and I was always no. But yeah, he got his own way. And I'm glad we did, actually.
Poppy's been having trouble walking for the last 3 months.
Poppy's come in from the garden with a limp, and we thought she'd only just jumped up the fence or twisted or done something like that. But she never got better. The limp was still there. And she's here today to see Fitzpatrick, to see what he can do to help.
Yeah, that's fine.
Poppy's local vet has already diagnosed hip dysplasia, a genetic condition common in large breed dogs, where the hip joints are malformed.
Do you want any of her x-rays or anything?
Yes, I'll take her x-rays. Thank you. Big x-rays, eh? Thank you.
It's a condition the Wardens are only too familiar with. Poppy has been part of the family since she was 8 weeks old.
She's just like my sister. And she just loves me and I love her.
Until 2 months ago, Poppy's brother Samson also shared their home.
Samson and Poppy here. Samson's on the left, Poppy on the right.
That's Samson when he was a little puppy.
Samson suffered from chronic pain in his elbow joints, as well as his hips.
And then there's one laying down.
Rather than put him through multiple surgeries with no guarantee of success, the decision was made to put him to sleep.
I just couldn't stop crying even before we even took him. I just would sit there looking at him and just burst out crying. It was devastating.
Poppy, please, Poppy.
If Poppy also has problems with all 4 limbs, there's a chance the family may lose her too.
Okay. And these x-rays were taken in May?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's now going to be June, July, August, 3 months older than that. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, I see. All right, Bubs. Hey. Let's have a look at you. Okay, so big long dog, big long chain of people helping me. Mum, can you hold the head? 1, 2, 3, up we go. Whoa. Oh. Poor Daisy, look at her there. And she's got the heaviest head. How did that happen? Here we go. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Just going to have to pull this backwards. Yeah, she's a real sweet dog. That does hurt her, but you see she's licking her lips. A really nice dog, when they hurt, will just lick their lips. They won't actually try and bite or anything because they're really nice.
Having checked Poppy's hips, Noel now needs to examine her elbows.
Support her, keep her up, put some welly into it there. There we go. You need to go to the gym. I'm not feeling anything, thank God. Now, you stay where you are, you stay where you are. You move over here, Daisy, you stay where you are. Okay. There we go. Good. It's like musical dog chairs. Hold the body up there. There we go. Right, I'm not sure on this elbow, Amanda. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to X-ray that. It's not painful, but oh come on. It's not painful, but I am gonna have to check that. All right. Okay. Come on. We can let her go now. Come on now. Okay, I'm taking your chair. Sorry about that. You can sit. Daisy, you sit on my chair. It's fine. You can be the boss for a minute. Come on now. Come on, 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 come on. The bottom line, girls, is that she does have very bad hips. But we're very much hoping that she does not have bad elbows. Girl, come on. Come on. Gosh. It's a roller coaster ride in here. Gosh, gosh, gosh. Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet, okay? I don't know what to say because obviously if we've got hip dysplasia and elbow dysplasia, we're in trouble.
We're in trouble, we're not.
But it's not that that can't be treated, it just depends on how severe it is. But you know, we can't make that decision yet.
Good girl. It's all right. Good girl. Skin like a rhino.
Noel won't know for certain just how bad Poppy's condition is until she has CT scans and X-rays.
I know.
The family face an anxious wait.
Is she gonna have to be put to sleep? Or is she gonna keep her life together?
To help treat the constant stream of patients at Fitzpatrick's, Noel employs over 200 staff, including 55 nurses,
Oh, he's emptied his anal glands everywhere.
20 receptionists,
I've got weed on twice yesterday by puppies, actually.
10 specialists, and 32 other vets.
Hello. You're a little cutie pie. You sleep well?
Porrick has been a vet at the practice for over 4 years.
Fitzpatrick referrals is like a little duck kind of swimming along. You look at it from afar, just slowly drifting along, looking very majestic. Whereas behind the scenes, under the water, it's all kind of going hell for leather underneath. It's mad. And it never stops. Never, ever stops.
We've got an emergency coming down.
It's late afternoon, and the practice has received an emergency referral from a nearby vet.
I've got an open fracture coming in, RTA. It's been hit like an hour and a half ago.
Porrick is taking the case.
And the call that an emergency is on its way comes. I think there is always that build-up of adrenaline inside you. That's it, I've got it. That's it, yeah, I've got it. Right, wee one, here you come. You don't know how ill that patient's going to be when they come through the doors. And while it can be daunting, you need to try and remain calm.
13-year-old collie Tess has been hit by a car and has a badly fractured leg.
Right, lass. So you're having a bad day, aren't you? You're having a bad day. So, tell me a little bit about what happened.
I'd led her off to go for the toilet really, because she doesn't go on the lead. So she'd just bitten. I was just about to put her back on her lead, and she bolted. It was just, head in hands time. It was that fast.
Carl was walking Tess to his local vet for vaccinations when the accident happened.
So my understanding is from the vet that this is what we call an open fracture, that the bones have come through this.
Yeah, I could see it. We're just.
So the process of this is that we've got to, one, get it nice and clean.
Yeah, sure.
2, figure out exactly how bad the fracture is.
Yeah.
What options we may have to save her leg.
Yeah. because she's a very active dog. That's
she's
what
a
made
proper
it.
dog.
She's really quick. She's still active for her age, and
Well,
that's
she's
why.
13 and a half now, is
Yeah,
that right?
well, yeah, and
look it, do you? Age is not a disease, and just because a dog is 13 doesn't mean we should be sitting here going, oh well, it's, you know.
Yeah, sure, that's good, yeah.
Right, let's do our scoop up again.
Okay.
Porrick will need to take x-rays of Tess's fracture, but first he needs to do an ultrasound to make sure she doesn't have internal bleeding.
Here you come. I'll be back through in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Oi. This is an RTA. The kind of key with trauma patients is you don't get obsessed with the trauma you can see, because it's the trauma that's not easy to see that can kill the patient.
She's here now, she's being treated.
Meanwhile, Carl is speaking to his wife, Wendy.
Oh.
He's only just told her about the accident.
All right, I'll see you over here. Just drive careful, yeah? Love you, see you in a bit, bye. Still in a bit of shock, I think, to be honest. That was just madness, really. No other way to describe it, it's just madness.
Bit chilly, bit chilly, bit chilly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's so mean.
Carl's wife, Wendy, has rushed to the practice. She bought Tess for her daughter as a puppy.
I'm finding it hard because I don't know what to expect, and I'll probably be horrified when I see her. She's like one of the children. She's always there. She's just always there.
We've checked so far, there's nothing that's going to hopefully compromise her life. So she hasn't got any big bleeds in her tummy or in her chest. So hopefully, we're going to give her the best chance of recovering from this.
Porrick can now turn his attention to Tess's fracture and whether he'll be able to save her leg.
What Tess has done is fractured her ankle and then dislocated. And when she's done that, the bone has travelled through the skin at the side of her ankle. So she's got hair in here, she's got bits of road, she's got debris. This is a serious injury. The biggest worry I have is the amount of contamination that's in this wound. So we've got to do everything we can now to try and stop infection. So we're going to have to stabilise this leg in a bandage and then see what tomorrow brings, really.
I mean, she's a really active dog, and I'm just thinking, you know, on 3 legs, if she were on 3 legs, it'd absolutely drive her around the twist because she's that active. She's not going to lose a leg, though.
I'll know probably in 24, 48 hours if it's going to get stinkingly infected.
Okay.
If that's the case, we're going to struggle.
Porrick will call Carl and Wendy tomorrow to let them know how Tess is doing.
It makes me realise how much back really she gives us, and times like this, that's what you do. I know that sounds like cliche, you know, it's not, but that's what it's doing. You know, it's helping you, you know, really realise what is important, really.
At Fitzpatrick's, the Warden family are waiting for the results of Poppy's scans and x-rays. Just 2 months ago, they went through the ordeal of putting her brother Samson to sleep because he had chronic pain in all 4 limbs. They're hoping Poppy won't suffer the same fate.
I'm just dreading the results, actually. They don't want to lose another dog, but so fingers crossed.
Right, Daisy, Lucy, Katie, Amanda, let's go. Okay, I know you're waiting for the worst, but it's not as bad as it might be. We've done x-rays and CT scans of both elbows, and at this point, I can tell you that we do not need to touch the elbows.
Relief.
So, yeah, you can breathe a sigh of relief, yeah. All right, hips. Horrendous. Much, much worse in the last 3 months since you had those x-rays. The thigh bone should be in that socket. It's not, it's out here. That means that there is no socket holding the head, and the head is flopping around, and it's also wearing and causing pain. So what we're gonna do is not easy in a baby dog, but it is doable if you want me to.
Yes, please.
Well, you don't know the risks yet. Because this is such a big breed, The single biggest complication with a hip replacement is that this head comes out of the socket and goes up here. So she must not slip in the first 6 weeks. And you're in charge. When I let her go, you're in charge. So that's very important. Any questions?
Oh, when can you do it?
Now. If you want.
Yes, please. Such a relief that we haven't had to put her to sleep. But I know there's complications that could happen, but it's better than what we thought the outcome was going to be.
The family will return home to Wiltshire while Noel operates straight away. He'll replace Poppy's right hip first, and in 4 weeks' time, if all goes well, he'll be able to do the left one.
All right, here we go. Man, this is huge.
First, Noel has to remove the old, damaged head of Poppy's thigh bone.
Ah, there we go. That's a dislocation. Yeah, it looks very nasty in here, very inflamed. Poor Poppy. Lots of pain here.
Next, Noel starts to remould Poppy's hip. He'll then insert a special cup, which will become the new socket.
This honeycomb surface is made out of trabecular titanium, and the bone thinks that that is bone because it's made with the same porous honeycomb, so the bone will grow directly onto it and become part of Poppy's body forever.
Noel is now ready to reattach Poppy's leg. He'll do this using a metal stem.
So this is what the stem looks like inside the femur, and this is the neck. And the neck must hit the socket at exactly the right angle. If it's too much forward, it'll dislocate. If it's too much backwards, it'll dislocate.
Finally, Noel inserts the new artificial head.
Good. So there's the new hip joint, stem, neck, head, socket. That's rock solid. That's really good. So far, I'm pretty happy, but for the next 4 to 6 weeks, they're going to have to be very careful because we're never happy with a total hip replacement until week 6. The jury's very much out still. We'll see. Job done. Halfway there.
It's not just dogs that can become the centre of family life.
Everybody knows I'm a cat person. I never had a dog growing up. We were a cat family.
Dogs will be your friend, no matter what you do. But cats, you have to really earn it with them. And I find that very rewarding.
A dog will love you and want all the attention in the world, whereas a cat's like, I'm not too sure about you. More personality in a cat.
Today, husband and wife Ian and Eileen have brought in 5-year-old Bradley.
We love animals. We've always had cats. He's loving. Ian can tell you, he sits and he looks at me as if he's in love with me.
Bradley is suffering from a long-standing injury. 4 years ago, he disappeared for a few days, and when he came home, he had a badly damaged rear paw.
When he puts the paw down onto the ground, instead of going down with the pads, it goes on the top of the foot, and therefore it bleeds all the time.
Bradley's problem was left untreated as Ian himself was suffering from serious ill health.
He's better now, much better now, so we've now got the time to really concentrate on Bradley.
Hi Bradley, how are you, mate?
It might be necessary to amputate, but the couple want Noel to save Bradley's leg if he can.
Let's see you on the mat, buddy. Okay, let's pop him on his side. I can see it bleeds all the time there. Let me just check. So, oi, leave it out. Leave it out, buddy.
Noel has asked neurologist Colin to sit in on the consultation to check if there is nerve damage.
From my point of view, surgery-wise, the critical choice is, do we keep the ankle? That's critical.
Right.
If we can keep the ankle and put the prosthesis below the ankle, they walk more or less like a normal cat.
Right.
If I have to chop the ankle off and put it in the tibia, then they walk pretty good, but more stilted. So critical to that decision is, has he irreparably damaged his ankle, and will it always go back even if I put an implant in here?
Okay.
The second part of that decision is going to be Colin doing a nerve test.
Louise, can I borrow you?
Colin needs to find out if Bradley has enough nerve and muscle strength to support a prosthesis.
I think that all the nerves are communicating with the muscle quite well, which is good. So now we'll go on and see actually how fast impulses are going down the top part of the nerve, just to make sure that the nerve will give enough muscular strength to enable the cat to walk well.
Right, what have we got, buddy?
Well, it's looking good. The nerve itself, impulses are going down at a good rate, top and bottom.
Down as far as here?
Down as far as there, yeah. Right speed all the way down.
Wow. It's all squiggly lines to me, man. I'll leave the squiggly lines to you.
Noel now needs to take a closer look at Bradley's ligaments.
So this one doesn't wobble as much, you see. That's the normal one, and this is the abnormal one. So that means his ligaments here are loose in his ankle, and that means that if I chop the foot off here and put in a prosthesis, he would likely continue to have problems because of the loose ligaments. Good news is we are prepared to do our very best to make a new leg for you, if that's what you want. If you do want this done, we will be cutting off above the ankle. The single biggest risk is the skin bonding to the implant. There's a mesh on the end of the implant onto which the skin should grow. The risks are that the skin doesn't attach or that infection becomes an issue. And we're happy that it's the right thing to do, if that's what you feel is the right thing to do.
Oh, yes.
Right. Okay, well that
Okay,
seems...
you're happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Oh.
A prosthetic implant will now have to be custom made for Bradley's leg. For now, Ian and Eileen can return home with him.
I'm just happy that Noel did not say we have to take the leg off. You know, we are moving into a bionic age. I remember watching a bionic woman, was it? Or a bionic man? Or whatever it was. And, you know, it would be interesting to see. I'm just hoping that it's going to be successful.
I've leftover Domino's for breakfast.
Oh my God, I couldn't do that.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'm dirty.
Oh, lovely. Nice dancing, isn't it?
Tess! Hello, beautiful girl. You gonna come out?
13-year-old collie Tess has been in the recovery ward overnight, but she now needs to be sedated for x-rays.
This is Tess, yeah. She's quite an old girl.
Her owners have asked Porrig to try and save her leg, which is badly fractured and at risk of infection.
What's the story, Porrig?
Medial collateral's gone.
What, hit by car when?
Last night. Paw underneath wheel.
Although Porrig is taking the lead on the case, it'll be down to Noel to perform the necessary surgery.
A very active, very bouncy, very lively dog, and they want to give her a chance if you think there's something we can do for her.
Oh, yeah. Well, that joint is not, it's not going to be salvageable, is it?
No.
I think we're in time to manage it closed.
Put a dorsal plate on it, get it closed up.
Let's go.
Tess's ligaments are so badly damaged that Noel won't be able to restore movement to her ankle joint.
Give us a blade.
Instead, he'll have to fuse the joint solid using a metal plate.
Keep the elbow in.
But first, he cuts into Tess's shoulder to harvest a special substance which will help her fracture to heal. Bone marrow.
It's amazing to think that even in a 13-year-old dog, you still have the building blocks of living bone all in those tiny clumps of magic. And that, even in a 13-year-old dog, will grow into bone in the ankle. It's quite amazing. So this plate has a wedge on the bottom of it, and you can see it gets thicker as it goes up, so the maximum point of strength is here at the angle. This tip allows us to slip under the tissue without damaging it. So this bone marrow is going to go in where the cartilage used to be, And it's going to hopefully fuse these bones together. You can see that the foot is in nice straight alignment with the knee, so that when Tess puts her foot on the ground, it's directly under her knee. So I think we're in good shape.
Tess will be monitored closely over the coming days. If infection sets in, she could still lose her leg.
Okay, hey pups. Come on then.
It's just 24 hours since 1-year-old St. Bernard, Poppy, had hip replacement surgery.
Look at you with your big towel, dribble puss.
Noel wants to see how she's doing.
Come on then. Come on, let's see you out and about. Off you go. That's very pleasing, very good. It's all about the tracking. The knee must be tracking in a line with the body. If the angles on the hip were wrong, then the knee will be facing outwards or the hip will be tending to dislocate. Both things we don't want. Up we go. There you go. Put your shoulder into it, why don't you? Good, that's very good, Poppy. So this is great. It's great. She can go home. It's good.
The Warden family have come in to collect her.
That's your new hip. Brilliant. She's doing great. Oh, good. Almost too good. Please, please, please be careful. She thinks now that she's fixed, even with one bad hip still. So she feels a lot better because she's now got one solid hip to walk on, and for the first time, pretty much since she was 3 months of age, she's not in pain. Come on, Bubs. Off we go. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Hello, everybody.
Poppy will have to be walked with a harness until she's fully healed and ready for her second operation.
It's very emotional. So I thought we wouldn't be going home with any dog, so absolute relief that we're taking her home.
Sometimes you actually wonder if people like Albert Einstein actually did exist.
It's Thursday, and Ian and Eileen have brought Bradley back to the practice.
He really is annoyed with us, isn't he?
Bradley, are you annoyed with us?
Bradley is about to have his damaged paw replaced with a prosthetic implant.
I'm scared. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm really worried. You know, when you put anyone under general anaesthetic, you don't know what's going to happen. I had a good talk with him. Yes, I said, don't forget you have to wake up. Don't be comfortable sleeping, you know, just wake up and, you know, come back to mummy. Right? Huh? So.
No swearing, Bradley.
Noel has performed this procedure many times before on dogs, but on cats it's more unusual.
Frankly, most of them do fine on 3 legs. The thing is, though, that we're moving into an era where mechanics and biology will merge. So increasingly, people want these options for their animals.
Ian and Eileen won't see Bradley for 3 weeks.
A bit numb, as far as I'm concerned, yeah.
But we're hopeful.
It's going to leave a hole in our little family.
All right, here we go.
First, Noel needs to remove Bradley's lower leg, carefully preserving as much skin as he can.
So I'm going to push the skin up like a sleeve. The skin is the key to success.
The skin will be needed later to provide a barrier against infection.
Hold the foot.
Next, Noel creates a hole in Bradley's shin bone so he can insert the custom-made implant.
There we go, first time, excellent. All right, that's beautiful. That's a thing of rare beauty right there.
He can now carefully reattach Bradley's tendons.
I love this bit. because you're reattaching life onto what seems like an inanimate object, but it's going to become part of the body forever.
A special coating on the end of the implant will encourage Bradley's skin to fuse with the metal.
What we want is a permanent seal so that bacteria cannot get in the future. That's our goal. There we go.
Finally, Noel gives Bradley a temporary foot. It can be adjusted to the perfect height.
Put a little shoe on it there for you. And over the next 2 weeks or so, we'll see what length he really needs and we'll build him a proper foot. And then he can have a permanent solution to walk on. All right, let's go. X-ray.
It's midnight.
Hi, Ian, it's Noel. The operation has gone according to plan. The bone looks good, so we just got to hope that that remains the case.
Okay then, Noel. Well, thank you very much for phoning.
No problem. So far, so good. We'll keep our artificial paws crossed.
Right.
And we'll speak tomorrow.
Okay then, thank you very much.
All right, buddy. Take care. Good night. Bye.
It's been a week since Tess's leg was badly fractured when she was hit by a car. Noel wants to make sure that her wound is healing.
No obvious signs of infection. Good girl, Tess. Yeah, she seems pretty strong on it. There's very little swelling, which is good. Just walk along and have a look. All right, Tess, good girl.
Come on, you're going to show off?
Come on then. She's doing pretty good. There's always a possibility there could be some bugs still in there that could get onto our plate, and that would be a disaster, but hopefully that won't happen. So far, she's doing really well.
Steady. You've got to walk before you can run. Come on.
Dogs are remarkable, aren't they? They just bounce back and they're like, yep, it's another sunny day, let's get on with living. Great attitude. If only we could be like that some days, I think the world would be a better place.
Carl and Wendy have come to take her home.
Now, this fracture was complex. This bone was sticking out through a big wound in the skin here, and the ankle was ripped apart.
Just seeing that and just thinking the pain she were in, really, you know, it's kind of seeing that pain. That's why I rushed it out as quick as I could, because I thought I just wanted to get it sorted. So, yeah.
It's a funny thing about dogs. They expose the most vulnerable part of us because they're helpless. So this is what the plate looks like now. Mechanically, that should do really well. Biologically, we don't know yet, because two things have to happen. The bone has to fuse and infection must not take hold. But please be aware, the outcome is partly dependent on what we do. It's partly dependent on what you do now.
Yep.
And it's partly biology.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Come on then. Don't let her slip.
When I saw it, we just like brought it back. It's always your worst nightmare, isn't it? But I'm just really grateful, to be honest, and really thankful that we've got an opportunity to get her back to where she was, more or less.
Now, hi, Mum and Dad. Hello. Hi, Mum and Dad. There we are. There we are. There we go.
But I don't think she's changed much at all. She's still Tess. She's rearing to go.
Now, sit down, Tess. Sit down.
That's a good dog. We're going to have to just keep her really quiet, I think, until she heals.
Oh, that's too cute.
It's been 5 days since Bradley had his damaged paw removed.
Okay, guys.
Today, Noel is checking that his skin has started to bond with his new implant. If it hasn't, Bradley's leg could become infected.
Okay, there we go. So the key here is that the blood supply flows right up to the edge of the metal. And if it does that, the skin will stick down to it. Looks as though the skin is healing in quite well. So at the moment, I'm happy with that. The next few days will determine the future of this leg. So all paws crossed.
It's 10 p.m. and Tess has been rushed back into the practice.
She's got a wound that isn't very happy looking and is bleeding quite profusely. So this doesn't look great. Anyone that would look at this and would think this is an utter disaster.
While infection has always been the primary concern, Porrig has spotted another problem.
On her x-rays I can see that one of her screws is a little bit loose and it's backing its way out of the bone. So it's just underneath this hole. What we've got running across over the top here though is one of the major veins that drains her leg. This bleeding, I'm almost certain, is coming from damage to that vein.
Porrig will have to open Tess's wound to check the loose screw and make sure his diagnosis is correct.
Yeah, look. That's a vein down here. Bleeding away and wrapped around the screw. Screws become loose for a variety of reasons. There's been too much movement. So one of the reasons it can get loose also is because of infection.
Flushing out the wound should help to get rid of bacteria.
It's all about giving Tess the best chance possible of getting through this and hopefully this complication not changing into something major that could end up in complete failure of this repair.
Three days ago, Tess was rushed back into the practice with a bleeding wound. A screw had come loose in her leg, most likely due to too much movement.
Nice job, Porrig. All right, Tess, good go.
Noel wants to make sure she's now out of danger.
I think probably what happened here is she jarred it. When the screw just moved a little bit, it irritated her and she chewed it. And the skin is so thin over that blood vessel, and the blood vessel ruptured, hemorrhaged in underneath the skin and caused swelling. It looks fine, no evidence of any infection. Now what we're concerned about is that the bone goes on to heal satisfactorily, that infection does not become an issue. It's very, very unlikely we're going to have any further problems with hemorrhage because that's just such a bizarre, weird thing. I've never seen that before.
But make sure she doesn't get her head stuck on the flower. We just hope that there's going to be no more complications. We hope that it's going to hold and she's going to heal now.
It could have been much worse. It could have been infection, so that's the positive.
She has another chance.
Yeah,
of keeping that leg, so that's good. And she will. We'll make sure.
Hi, Bradley. Hi, Bobby. How are you? You look very bright.
It's been 3 weeks since Bradley had his damaged paw replaced with a prosthetic implant.
How's the new foot working out? Is it good? I can see you're using it.
During his long stay at the practice, he's grown on all the staff.
You're so cute. You're so cute.
But today, Ian and Eileen are hoping to take him home.
Try to hold my emotions in. I sort of catch myself going, every now and again, you know.
We're hoping that he's going to remember us and
Yes.
remember us fondly, if he does remember us.
Okay, Bradley, big day, my friend, big day. Get your bandage off and get your new foot on, my friend.
But before Bradley goes home, Noel needs to attach the foot.
Nice. Okay, good. There's a very tight skin seal between the skin and the metal, meaning that bugs can't get in there, so that's fantastic. And this spigot, this metal peg on the outside, can allow us to attach really an endless supply of feet. But the foot that we've designed at the moment looks like this, because we think that that's going to work the best right now. Right, Bradley, that's looking good, my friend. A nice little foot for you. Okay.
Bradley is ready to take his first steps with his new prosthetic paw.
Come on, bud. Okay. There you go, mate. Off you go. Off you go. That's nice, isn't it? That's nice. Good boy. Come on, then. What about this? Look at that. Mmm. 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 Oh, yeah, yummy. Oh, that's yummy. That's very nice. What about this one here? What about that one there? Ow! Ow! That wasn't very nice. That wasn't very nice. How about I put down the yellow brick road? There you go. There you go. And there you go. Now I can see you walk. Here's another piece on the tuna yellow brick road. Tuna yellow brick road. There it is, there. Now look at what we've got. Oh, we're very happy to walk for Uncle Noel now. Look at that. How good is that? Well, I'm pleased to say that Bradley's doing spectacularly well, and he's taken to his new foot like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Terrific.
So I'm thrilled. I can't wait for you to see him.
Right,
He is right here.
Bring him in.
Look who's here.
Oh.
You can get out and say hi.
Baby.
You can get out and say hi. You can get out and say hi. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad.
Me. Let me see.
Hi, Mum.
Look at that. I can't believe that he's walking like that.
Hello.
Look at that.
You're not talking to us? No?
Hello, Mum. Hello, Dad.
Come on.
Bradley, aren't you talking to me?
He's like, no, I've got so used to Uncle Noel feeding me tuna now.
Yes, sweetie, come on. Come on. Look, there's Daddy. Come on. It's a good walk as
All
well,
right, mate.
isn't it?
Good boy.
Oh, dear.
Hi, Daddy. Hi, Mummy.
Come here, you. Hello, Poops.
There you go.
Can't you remember me? He's angry with us, isn't he?
He is.
Oh, you've been through the wars. Can you remember me? Can you remember Mummy? Yeah? Grumbly little boy he is at the moment. I'm so happy. I'm sort of speechless, aren't I? Yeah, really good to have him back. Yeah.
It was a bit of a last chance saloon for him. So this is far better than having the whole leg amputated, which was the other scenario we were faced with.
Bradley will be back to see Noel in a few weeks' time and will need yearly checkups for the rest of his life. 4 months after her first hip operation, Poppy is back at the practice. A few weeks ago, Noel operated on her other hip. Today, she's having x-rays to find out if both surgeries have been a success.
I just hope that all is where it should be and that we can move on from here, no more pain relief, and Poppy can be a puppy again and run around, because she's busting to run around like a lunatic.
Amanda and youngest daughter Daisy will have to wait an hour before they get the x-ray results.
Okay, Poppy, please, Poppy.
Oh, yes.
Hi. It's all good news.
Oh, thank God for that.
All good news. Okay, so here we have our 2 new hips. 2 nice sockets with the bone growing in, very sweet. 2 nice stems, all settled down. So I'm delighted with that. That's great. Poppy's in really good shape.
Good.
And I think you need to just build up her fitness now over the next 6 weeks. 12 weeks after the second hip, she can run around the field, do whatever she likes for the rest of her life.
Brilliant.
The chances of dislocation now are very, very slim.
Oh, thank God for that. It was just a shame that Samson didn't come.
You can only do your best. You can only do your best, and you've done your best for her, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Come on then.
Slowly. Oh.
Puppy!
Let go.
Puppy!
Good, isn't it? Oh, look at her. You see her? It's nice to know we can take Poppy home and she can live a life pain-free and be a puppy and have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all better.
Yeah.
7 months after surgery, 13-year-old Tess has fully adjusted to her fused leg.
Come on, Tess. Bring it here.
And it's given her a new lease of life.
When she started getting used to it, she was kind of looking at us as to go, see, I can do it, you know, and she was really...
She always looks over at me to get a clap.
Yeah, she's quite proud of herself, and it's the best outcome I could have hoped for, really.
She's happy, really, really happy, and we're happy to have her. We're just so thrilled that we've got Tess still.
A month after her final x-rays,
Slowly.
Poppy is now allowed to run around freely.
Poppy's doing brilliantly, amazing. Now she's allowed off the lead, she's just running riot. And I don't blame her, I think I would as well. She's just a big part of our family and wouldn't be without her.
Before, she was just not a puppy, but now she is like a puppy. Now she's happy